Welcome to Athens, Georgia, Sanford Stadium, home to the Georgia Bulldogs, where more than 90,000 have already started to bark loudly. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Washington Huskies, taking on another SEC rival, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Huskies offense will get the first swing of the game. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
They'll go right back to him. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. When the Huskies are moving on the ground like this, you will bow down to Washington.
Yeah, and I tell you what, with all the rain they get out there in Washington, you better have a dependable ground game that you can go to and establish that tempo. Obviously, harder to throw the football in the rain, so dominant physical trenches.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is most dangerous.
That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive. Dropping back, it's Green. Quick strike complete. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. Washington coming to the line with another first down. He'll just keep slinging it. Makes the grab. It's Jean-Pierre. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Picks up the first down, still moving. And after the explosive run, giving this offense a little bolt of energy, he steps out of bounds with a first down.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another first down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked.
Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he's out of bounds, just short of the goal line, but are they ever in business now?
You want to get the crowd out of the game? Make it boring. Pound the football. Run the football right at them. It takes the juice away. It takes that sauce.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Husky. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Bulldogs offense will go to work for the first time today. These two dudes who both come off the edge can wreck an offensive day, Jesse.
Man, these quarterbacks better have an internal clock working today. If you hold on to the football, you are getting sacked.
Yeah, best athletes on the field are defensive linemen, and when you got guys like this that can get after the quarterback, points will be at a premium. And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are...
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Oh, and he's able to get it back and saves himself a rear-end chewing. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll try to run for it. Running with power. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Georgia lining up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll field the punt and look for room. Slips through the line. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Quarterback will audible. To the air, it's Hill. Working the middle, it's complete. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
That's a really good-looking throw right there, and that was a tight spiral, too. You guys remember the great Washington Husky quarterback, Warren Moon? I don't think anybody threw a more pretty ball than Warren Moon did. Tightest spiral I've ever seen. That right there reminded me of old number 1.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Unloads to the right. And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short.
And how many first downs is that, guys? On this drive alone, this defense has got to find a way to get off the field. They're playing way too many snaps.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Washington. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge.
Washington, 14. Georgia, 0.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick.
The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
Well, with his speed, they're going to keep blitzing him over and over because you'll get results like that right there. Kind of reminds you of Joe Kelly, a great linebacker at Washington in the 80s, or maybe Mason Foster as well. Those guys can go sideline to sideline, but they can also blitz. This guy can do it all.
3rd down, I got this. I'll take this myself. He makes the read quickly. He calls his number. He has confidence in himself. Goes and gets the first down.
The Dogs with the 1st and 10. He leaves it with his back. He'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
Nice run there on first down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Giving him his pads. Racing down the left side. Running free, going to the end zone, but way back behind him, there's a flag on the field. That celebration turned sour quickly after they saw that flag, and it wiped out the big play and the touchdown. First down for this offense. He wants to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Couldn't connect on that last play. Now 2nd and 10 from the 42. It's a draw. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last one.
Finds the tight end. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give him a first down.
That's got to feel really good for this quarterback. It's early in the game, so these third downs are big. You're trying to get your offense into a rhythm and flow. Nice job reading the defense. Beautiful.
Pulls it and fires to the left. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
2nd down coming up.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his big tight end.
And that's a really good example of the quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up 1st and goal.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know, you're in the red zone. You bring out a bunch of tight ends on the field. So the defense, they were expecting run on that one. They were physical, and they were able to force the negative play.
The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Loses 1. Brings up
3rd and goal from way back there. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. It's good. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Still running at the 40. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Huskies love these backs that can churn up yardage like a Corey Dillon and Napoleon Kaufman used to do.
Just guys that you can depend on, guys you can hand it to and know you're going to get really, really good production. Then what does that do? It opens up the whole offense, gets everybody jacked up in the Pacific Northwest.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. After the run, now to throw. Finds his tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Trying to get to him. Quickly to the tight end. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
To throw, it's Green. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
He'll throw on 3rd down. Takes a hit as he fires. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. The Huskies will have it 1st and 10. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
9-yard pickup on 1st down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. Trying play action. Quarterback adapting. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to fight another play in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
A manageable distance on 3rd down as they try to convert from the 20. They'll try to get the first through the air. A little screen to the running back. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. And the extra point makes it a 21-3 lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Washington, 21. Georgia, 3.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This is hardly the start they dreamed of, down 21-3. But get a touchdown here and you feel like you're back in it. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
We haven't even gotten to halftime yet. This offense has their hands full trying to keep this quarterback standing up straight. They've already given up multiple sacks. That's the biggest reason why they're trailing by as much as they are. They better go in at halftime and make some big-time adjustments.
Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but, David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on, so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously, not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Wideouts all wadded up in a bunch. Back to throw, it's Hill. He's got him this time. Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. He's going to pass. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass D.
The defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending it.
Just a short pass to the tight end. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
One of the things I love about this defense, they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. And the Dogs want to move quickly. Looking to pass on 2nd down. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. This is a 3rd and long. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Gonna run it. It's Luck. Turns it on in midfield. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out.
Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
Pulls it in. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. All the way down at the 33-yard line, it's 1st and 10. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. From the 33, it's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the right. He's got it. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the 1st down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
Touchdown, Georgia! A great catch and run for 6.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a 1st down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a 1st down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance.
Trying to get behind the defense. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9. running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Finds him out of the backfield. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on fourth down. So it's first down, but with just a few seconds, they'll try to put up a 3 before halftime. And for the second time in this game, he'll try to knock through a field goal, this one a 41-yarder. Absolutely perfect. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Dropping back, it's Green. Gonna let it fly. And that ball is picked off. He'll try to take it back. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. Washington about to boot it deep to start things in the second half.
Georgia, 13.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football ball out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. At the 45 on its way. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. And the Bulldogs want to pick up the tempo.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. The give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete. Georgia sends out the punt team. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lighter.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Line gets set, first down. They'll try to get the edge on the left. And maybe he'll get back to the... no more than that.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, it's Hill. Finds his big tight end. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Got it past the marker. Tackled, but he has a first down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And the Huskies are rolling down the field. They keep attacking through the air. They're trying to get to him. He finds his man. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Wants to throw on second down. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. Defense trying to come up with a stop on third and short from the 37. Looking to throw for it. They'll run the screen. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get him going there.
It's complete to the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding, I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
He's got him along the sideline. Beautiful footwork for the first down.
And it's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Now from inside the red zone. It's on target and complete. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Give to the back. Touchdown, Washington! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
13.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Complete to the right. Delivers to contact. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one. First down. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground game.
Let's see what they've got on second down. He'll keep it himself. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's third down now. They're bringing heat. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Bulldogs come to the line with a new set of downs.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, he's looking downfield. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. He lost one down the sideline. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Still on his feet at the 45. He now has 115 yards rushing. He continues to impress as he leads the nation in rushing. That kind of play will put a jolt into a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just inside the 40. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. The give to the back. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Leaves it with the back. They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3. They plow ahead with the run, but still more ground needed to pick up the first down. Third down coming. Throws to the back. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Dumps it to the back. And the incomplete pass turns the ball over on down. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they went for it, but when you're up by a couple scores, I think you're just kind of free and like, hey, let's keep scoring points. Let's keep the offense out there. Let's keep the accelerator on. And I guess, hey, who cares? We're not going to lose anyways.
And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. And they got him for the sack.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and the defense makes the stop and gets the football back.
And you had to. I mean, the offense had to be aggressive. You're down multiple. You needed to make something happen right now. You had to be aggressive. I think you had to go for it on that fourth down. Now, obviously, the game's looking like it might get out of hand.
Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line. 3rd and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here, just don't take a negative play. Using the quick game. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
An offense has practiced the situation. This is 4-minute offense. You've got the lead late in the game. You're trying to bleed the clock and just get first downs. They do that, they stay in bounds, and the clock keeps ticking.
They'll give him 4 yards on the carry. It's down at the 8-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Washington.
A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Husky! And the pummeling has started. With that last score, things comfortable here in the 4th as they are headed to a 7-1 record. That, his 40th career touchdown run.
This guy's had a lot of success throughout his career, but 40 touchdowns is something that's pretty commendable, David. He continues to challenge himself each and every game and every year to get better.
Yeah, just the consistency has been so impressive. The offense is built around him. Like, he's going to get the football, he's going to be featured, and still finds the end zone week after week.
Finds space on the right. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Trying to get rid of it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. 2nd and 10 here. He's looking to throw. He makes a catch. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
When you run those routes, those curl routes just like that, those DBs are going to break when you go to throw the football. So you better put that thing on a line, and the QB did there. Put it on a line. Great job. Great catch. First down.
A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
And that is enough.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Zings it complete to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Looking to throw it again. into the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Snapped it in the shotgun. Looking for the score. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Firmly in control of this game, we'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah.
Nothing but green ahead. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Looking for room. It's Jean-Pierre. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Husky. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. That one might have put the finishing touches on this game.
This one is over. Game, set, match. The defense had a chance to maybe kind of keep their team in it, but the offense said, take it to the locker room.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays.
And the pass hits, picked off.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
And that play there is essentially a microcosm of why this guy's the leading rusher in the nation and why he's in contention with a Heisman Trophy. This guy's got speed, open field running ability. He can break tackles. He can just do it all.
Makes the grab down the middle. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Trying to push their way into the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Washington! And the beatdown has ensued. Starting to see some smiles on that sideline as they're close to a Week 10 victory. And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
And I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. It's money time. I've got to be more physical than you. And that's exactly what this offense just did. Put the ball on the ground and put it in the end zone.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet.
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. That's why you love veterans in this defense. They stay locked in on their rules, and he made the pick.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage and nice
throws toward the end zone. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And he will step out of bounds, but what a play to get the ball back for his offense. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Comes out throwing on first down. With the catch, it's Brady. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes a stop. Here comes the offense on first down. He wants to throw. Got a man, it's Luck. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. One more play to pad the stats. On second down, they'll take to the air. Tight end finds a soft spot. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total